there was a mother who ended up having her two children in her custody. But the problem with that is the fact that this mother should not have had custody of her children. Okay. The reason for that is because this mother lost custody because she was being a bad mom. So let me see if I can get her face up on the screen so you guys can see who I'm talking about. This creature that you see on my screen, her name is Donisha Willis, 24 years old. Donisha Willis had custody briefly that was given to her by a family member. Okay, now I'll put that out there first because I had a feeling that that's generally how that thing works. Whenever you lose custody of your kids and a family member has them, well, that family member, you get the plucking on their heartstrings. They feel bad for you, and then they let you see your kids. They temporarily give you custody back of your kids, and they're doing that outside of the confines of the law. The law does not allow you to do that. If you lost custody, then you lost custody for a reason. Hopefully everybody understands where I'm coming from. So, what we found out last night, based on the information that we learned, the aunt had custody of these toddlers, 2 and 3 years old. And again, one of them name is Miracle Lachey Crook, who was 3 years old. That's the girl. And Tony Damone Crook, who was 2 years old. That was the boy. The aunt had custody of these kids right there that y'all see on my screen. Those two beautiful, innocent souls. And because she felt so bad that she allowed the mother to temporarily have custody of these kids or full out have custody of these kids, even though she was given custody by way of the state, because the mom lost custody of these kids legally. Because she's a terrible mom, okay? So the aunt allowed her to have the kids back, and what happened to the kids, we don't officially know. But I'm going to call something. I'm going to call it now. I'm going to say that the mother murdered these children. I am here to tell you guys who are listening to the sound of my voice that I believe that Donisha Willis, who was 24 years old, let me get that beast back on my screen. I believe that she murdered her children. Can somebody type that in the chat? Mom murdered the children. That is my words and that is my opinion. I'm not putting that out there as a fact, but that is what I believe. If you want to know why I believe that, it is going to come from a quote directly from the mom to the aunt who had custody of the kids. And that aunt said, allegedly, as of right now, but she put out a quote that said, the mom said, screw these kids. That's not what she said. She said, fuck these kids, but I'm trying my best not to use a lot of cursing. Okay? But here's what I'm going to do. If y'all want to see the screenshot, how many people want to see the screenshot of what the aunt put out? If y'all want to see that, give me a second. Let me see if I can pull it up here real quick. Let me see. Did I take a screenshot? Yeah, I think I did take a screenshot of it. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a moment here. And while you guys are watching, if y'all would, do me a favor and click that thumbs up. You guys are doing a great job already. Let me see if I can find that screenshot for you. Did I screenshot it? Let me see. Yes, I did. Boy, your boy DJ Just J is good, man. I am really good. Because I had a feeling that they might have tried to take this thing down. Here it is. I am so glad I screenshot this. According to Wanda Crook, who is a family member, and I believe this might be the aunt who was responsible for giving the kids back to the mom. She said, fuck them kids. I ain't got no kids. Fuck them. They probably in the lake somewhere. Wanda Crook, family member of 2 missing toddlers, on what their mother, Donisha Willis, allegedly said to her when she is asked, where were the children? If y'all want to screenshot this for your own records, then you will have it. Just rewind it. I do have this thing on replay so you can back it up and look at it. That is a quote from the mother. That is why I believe that she murdered him. But it gets worse. The mother is actually a criminal on record. Okay? The mother actually has a criminal record of not only burglary, but she also assaulted a police officer. How many of you guys knew that? So she is a violent individual who has a bunch of issues because she doesn't want to be mature and be a law-abiding citizen. Okay? Now, that's enough about the mother for now, because I'm going to drag her through the mud some more here in a minute. But let's talk about these innocent souls. Here's where the update starts. Tulsa, Oklahoma, and this was today as of a matter of maybe about 5 hours ago. Police in Tulsa said Wednesday that a body found in a river in eastern Oklahoma was believed to be that of the 3-year-old girl who disappeared Friday with her younger brother while they searched an expanded area for the boys' and girls' bodies. Officer Gene Pierce said that the body believed to be that of Miracle Crook was found Tuesday night in the Arkansas River about 40 miles or 64 kilometers southeast of Tulsa in Muskogee County. We don't know 100% if it was her. We're waiting on the medical examiner for that, and it most likely is her. And I'm going to tell you guys why. Because this particular body that they saw and pulled from the river not only fit the description of the age, of the race, of the size, but also the clothes matched up. Damn. The clothes matched up. Okay? I'm telling you guys that on very, very confident information. The body was spotted in the river by an off-duty deputy, said Muskogee County Sheriff Chris Elliott. Now, county emergency management officials recovered it. Here's part 2. Are you guys ready for part 2? If you're not sitting down, you might want to sit down for this one. Just try to be calm and just try to accept the information, because nothing is worse listening to this than what these children actually had to go through. So the least we could do is put some respect on these babies' names and listen to what they went through. Today, hours ago, police say Wednesday evening that they found a male child's body in the creek in North Tulsa. This is the second child. Police officials said that a body of a young male, quote unquote, young male, was found at 5 p.m. Wednesday in Bird Creek near 46th Street in Tulsa. And of course, Wednesday is today. They said it's not clear if the body is related to the investigation into the disappearance of 3-year-old Miracle Crook and 2-year-old Tony Crook. But what are the chances that they find one kid that fits the description and another kid who fit the description, and they both are boy and girl, and they both have on similar clothing, and they both fit the age and the size and the race? What are the chances that these are two other children? It's not likely. Okay? I'm telling you guys, they found the children. Hashtag where's the biological father? If you guys want to hear a statement from him, we did get a statement. If y'all want me to play that video, let me know. I'll let you guys hear what the biological father had to say, okay? Now, the news comes several hours after authorities announced that crews recovered a young female's body overnight from the Verdigris River. Although police said the medical examiner still has to definitively identify the bodies, all signs point toward the recovered bodies being Tony and Miracle. Over the weekend, Tulsa police officials announced that they were searching for the two toddlers after they were reported missing from the apartment complex in East Tulsa. The investigation revealed that Tony and Miracle were seen on security camera, which you guys should have all seen those pictures like that, like this one on the left. They were seen on surveillance camera around 8:30 a.m. Friday inside a convenience store with their biological, non-custodial mother. Let me repeat that, please. They were seen with their biological, non-custodial mother. Does everybody understand what that term means? Their real mom who did not have custody of them. So that means they have established that this bitch should not have had those children. For the people who have sensitive ears, please understand that I am just upset because these kids died because people are just damn hard-headed. We think we know better. We think we can circumvent the law, and really the laws are really there to help us to not really harm ourselves, and to kind of help us govern ourselves in a better way. Okay? The mother was taken into custody, and police said that over the weekend that she was not being forthcoming with the investigators. So what that means is that she said, I don't know nothing and I ain't saying nothing. And we know she's lying. Okay? Now, on Tuesday, Tulsa police officials said that the search for Miracle and baby Tony had turned into a recovery effort after more surveillance footage showed the two playing in a grassy area near the Mingo Creek. The video then shows the two toddlers holding hands and walking toward the man-made creek and never reappearing. We are looking at a recovery effort at this point, Tulsa Police Chief Wendell Franklin said. We are fairly confident that there is no other place for them to have come back up and been able to survive. Okay? Let me go ahead and show you guys the news videos. And as you guys click the thumbs up, it will bring more people. So if y'all would click the thumbs up, and I'm going to show you guys the news videos right now. Let's go. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. The biological father is about to speak.
The siblings have been missing since Friday. They were last seen walking toward the Mingo Creek behind their apartment complex. Tonight, we are hearing from their father. 2 Works for You's Katie Kelleher tells us what he had to say to her. Katie.
Karen, Miracle, and Tony's father, Tony Crook Sr., has not been able to be out here searching for his children. He's currently in the Rogers County Jail, but he says he's still holding out hope his kids will be found alive.
I don't believe that my babies are dead. I'm not believing that.
Tony Crook Sr. waiting behind bars for news of his missing children. Their mother, Donisha Willis, the last to be seen with Miracle and Tony Jr., charged with child neglect and assault and battery of a police officer.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Did y'all hear that? I'm going to just replay it for the people in the back who might not have heard. Where is the biological father? I'm going to play it again. I'm not going to even tell you. I'm not going to even tell you. Let me let y'all hear it again. Lord have mercy.
Kids will be found alive.
I don't believe that my babies are dead. I'm not believing that.
Tony Crook Sr. waiting behind bars for news of his missing children. Their mother, Donisha Willis, the last to be seen with Miracle and Tony Jr.
Mingo Creek behind their apartment complex. Tonight, we are hearing from their father. 2 Works for You's Katie Kelleher tells us what he had to say to her. Katie.
Man.
Karen, Miracle, and Tony's father, Tony Crook Sr., has not been able to be out here searching for his children. He's currently in the Rogers County Jail.
This is the biological father. Listen again. Niggas ain't shit, boy. Hashtag hood hoes love hood dick. Hashtag when you date thugs, you date death. Post those in the chat, please. Lord have mercy.
But he says he's still holding out hope his kids will be found alive.
I don't believe that my babies are dead. I'm not believing that.
Tony Crook Sr. waiting behind bars for news of his missing children. Their mother, Donisha Willis, the last to be seen with Miracle and Tony Jr., charged with child neglect and assault and battery of a police officer. The children were last seen on surveillance going down these steps toward Mingo Creek behind their apartment complex. Their father, devastated he can't look for his children.
I love my babies. My babies love me. They know they daddy. I took care of my babies when I was free. Even though I'm in jail, I took care of my kids. I love my babies.
Meanwhile, other family members were following search teams along Mingo Creek Tuesday afternoon. Boats and dive teams scanning the water for any sign of Miracle and Tony Jr. The family unable to do anything but wait.
It's unbelievable. You always hear about other families, other people, and you never think and pray that it happened to your family. But
oh my goodness, we're hearing from more and more family. This is crazy. Let me take a pause for the cars real quick. I don't know if that was an accident or it could have been an accident. But, you know, I love Jamaica Cassidy, and I appreciate you. And, you know, I love Ladyfoots, too. But if you accidentally timed her out, guys, make sure don't time out or block anybody, even the trolls, nobody. But Ladyfoots has been around forever and ever and ever. Please, please, let's not time out anybody, okay? Like I say, I usually would try to pick out people if I feel like they get out of line. But Ladyfoots is like, God, she's been around us pretty much since the beginning, okay? So let's not do that, okay? Anyway, but she'll be back here in just a moment. Let's keep going. Here's the cousin. I'm going to let y'all hear this again.
Toward Mingo Creek behind their apartment complex. Their father, devastated he can't look for his children.
I love my babies. My babies love me. They know they daddy. I took care of my babies when I was free. Even though I'm in jail, I took care of my kids. I love my babies.
Meanwhile, other families.
He said, I love my babies. I took care of them while I was free. Well, dumbass, what did you get locked up for? Like, what? Why did the father get locked up? Y'all, if y'all know the information, look it up. Y'all know his name. Y'all saw his name on the screen. Look up the biological father and find out why that man was in jail. God, it seems like the mom and the dad ain't shit. They both are just jailbird, law-breaking criminals. Just thugs and shitty moms. The typical hood ghetto love story narrative. Lord have mercy, man.
Family members were following search teams along Mingo Creek Tuesday afternoon. Boats and dive teams scanning the water for any sign of Miracle and Tony Jr. The family unable to do anything but wait.
it's unbelievable. You always hear about other families, other people, and you never think and pray that it happened to your family. But here it is, we're facing this, and we're just trying to hold it together.
Following the news, volunteers who were searching for the children gathered together to say a prayer.
They really didn't deserve what happened to them, but unfortunately it's not in our power, it's not in our hands. What happened, it's sad, and it's painful, it hurts.
As the search for the children continues, their father says he's thankful for everyone's time and effort to find them, and he's not giving up yet.
Bring them babies back. Bring them babies back.
We asked police about their search plans for tomorrow. They told us they're not sure where they're going to start yet, but they're not giving up until Miracle and Tony Jr. are found. Live in Tulsa, Katie Kelleher, 2 Works for You.
I've just been screaming and crying, hollering. So I need to go find them. I want to go where he. I've just been screaming and crying, hollering. So I need to go find them. I want to go where he at.
A desperate search takes a turn for the worst as police say they are now in a recovery mode effort to.
This is who I believe had custody of the kids. I don't know that for a fact, but this is who I believe who had custody.
I've just been screaming and crying, hollering. So I need to go find them. I want to go where he at.
A desperate search takes a turn for the worst as police say they are now in a recovery mode effort to find a brother and sister missing since Friday. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Mark Bradshaw.
And I'm Erin Christie. Miracle and Tony Crook have now been missing for 4 days. And as Channel 8's Burt Mumler reports, today was a roller coaster of emotion for.
Okay, based on what we've read, the father is in jail for possession of firearm after a felony conviction, gang-related offenses, and committing a felony with defaced ID and interfering with a police officer. Lord have mercy. And he's talking about, I was a good father. I was there for my kids. Man, that father ain't shit, and neither is the mom. Hashtag TTO, hashtag TTT. They both are terrible ass parents, man. These kids were doomed from the jump. Blame this both on the biological mother and biological father. They both suck. That's terrible. And they're both being aggressive with police officers. So what does that tell you?
Friends and relatives.
Bert is live tonight in East Tulsa with more. Bert.
From relief to despair and back again. Today was exhausting both physically and emotionally. The search for the two missing children has become a two-pronged approach. Authorities in the Mingo Creek methodically searching the bed, and everyday families canvassing area neighborhoods.
We're looking through drainage pipes. We're looking in trash cans. We're looking anywhere.
That's what Cassandra Barnett and company were doing as we followed them down a block to the east of the apartment complex. They checked a dumpster, knocked on doors, waved hello to a little girl celebrating a special day.
It's my birthday time.
And then got back to work, jumping into a roll-off bin.
I would be devastated if I couldn't, I wouldn't know what to do at all if I lost any one of my kids.
What happened next took everyone by storm. While we were talking, word came that the children had been found.
Why not help find these babies?
I don't know.
And so that's why I try to,
At first, there was hope for a happy ending, but the buzz quickly took a turn for the worse.
She told me that they found him in the Arkansas River. I've just been screaming and crying, hollering. So I need to go find him. I want to go where he at.
Okay, that's the grandmother. Okay, I'm wrong about that. Let me correct myself before anybody in Tulsa get mad. That's not the aunt. I thought that was the aunt. I don't remember which one is the aunt, but they were saying the aunt had custody. So correction. That's the grandmother, not the aunt. My bad. Okay, my bad. I'm going to submit a retraction for that. That's not the aunt. The aunt is somebody else. But the aunt is who had custody based on what we learned.
I'm afraid. I can't talk no more. I got to go here.
But in the urgency for resolution, the information that got to Miss Crook was wrong.
Devastated if I couldn't, I wouldn't know what to do at all if I lost any one of my kids.
What happened next took everyone by storm.
They thought they did. They found out that they found the kids, but they found them dead, though. That's sad, man. Let me give a shout out. Shanda. Oh, hey, look at the ladies. Y'all are showing out, man. We love all that you do. Thank you so much. I know it's a lot of people that hate what I do. Even y'all saw the trolls that came in and was talking all that crap, talking about my sexuality. When I'm sitting here talking about these children, why would they bring my sexuality up, talking about I'm gay? Why would that even come up? And I thought this was 2020. I thought it was okay to be gay. But that just shows you how much disregard people have for children, that they'll talk about me rather than try to help us find these babies. That is so damn freaking sad. And matter of fact, let me give a shout out, Amy Okami. I did get your donation, and thank you, Amy. I truly appreciate that, man. Y'all are doing an amazing job, man. Thank you guys so much. Why isn't the aunt in jail? Well, Sylvia, remember, this is an ongoing investigation, so she might end up going to jail. Because if she illegally gave custody to the mom and the mom killed the kids, then to me, that should tie the aunt to the murder of the kids as well. That should be an arrestable offense. And if it's not, I think we need to work to get that on the books, that if you have custody and you give the kids to somebody who should not have custody of them and they end up hurt or dead, then your ass should go to jail for that. What do y'all think about that? They rather talk about me and focus on me rather than the story. The babies matter. The babies matter. Not me. The babies do. I would give my life for my daughter and the babies. Okay? Let's get that clear. Let's keep advocating for these babies. Let's get it, y'all. Let's go.
While we were talking, word came that the children had been found.
Why not help find these babies?
I don't know.
And so that's why I try to,
At first, there was hope for a happy ending, but the buzz quickly took a turn for the worse.
She told me that they found him in the Arkansas River. I've just been screaming and crying, hollering. So I need to go find him. I want to go where he at. I'm afraid. I can't talk no more. I got to go here.
But in the urgency for resolution, the information that got to Miss Crook was wrong, and police dispelled it when they were told what was going around.
This particular piece of information was incorrect, whatever came around.
Instead, at that very moment, firefighters were beginning a methodical search of the Mingo Creek. And while the police chief certainly didn't paint a rosy picture,
we are looking at a recovery effort at this point.
Wanda Crook, absent the actual bodies of her grandchildren, had a sliver of hope once again.
Yes, I'm still hopeful. I just hope they still not in this river. Somebody got them. I sure hope someone got them.
This is that section of the Mingo Creek that firefighters were searching. They didn't find anything. Even now, small pockets of volunteers are out looking. Reporting live, Burt Mumler, Tulsa's Channel 8.
It means a lot to show that they care. The community really cares about them. And the support is really important right now. It's been really hard. Not a lot of sleep, not a lot of eating. Just been out here looking for the babies.
I mean, it just really touched my heart, and I felt emotionally involved. And we were actually planning to look today before we saw the news this morning and stuff. So we just wanted to come out and show our support.
I feel sad. I just want somebody to do the same for me if I missed, if my kids was missing.
New this morning, Wagner and Muskogee County Emergency Management recovered a child's body from the Verdigris River. We have a crew on the way right now to learn more about that. But what we know so far is that they're working closely with agencies, including Tulsa Police, to determine the identity of that victim. New this morning, Wagner and Muskogee County Emergency Management recovered a child's body from the Verdigris River. We have a crew on the way right now to learn more about that. But what we know so far is that they're working closely with agencies, including Tulsa Police, to determine the identity of that victim.
All right, let's wrap this up. Oh, okay, so y'all heard from the biological father. The mom ain't said shit. You've heard from the grandmother. You've heard from the cousins. You've heard from all these different people. First and foremost, let's talk about the biological father speaking from jail. I think he needs, well, let's just say this. It's, I guess, a good change of pace to hear from a father, but he is in jail on a whole bunch of bullshit and a whole bunch of charges. So he definitely ain't the picture of a good citizen by no means. He's a damn thug. She liked a thug, got with a thug, and she's a damn thug herself. The mom was robbing people and assaulting police officers and lost custody of her kids. The mom should not have had custody of the kids. She lost custody, and the custody was given to the aunt. Based on what we've heard, based on what we've researched, okay? The aunt had custody. The aunt must have felt bad for the mom and gave the mom the kids back and did not tell the state, because if she would have told the state would have taken the kids from them. Therefore, they operated outside the confines of the law, which is illegal, and I think that the person who had custody of the kids should be arrested, and I think that's the aunt. Need to put out an arrest warrant for her for doing that and putting these kids in danger, right? Then the mom, you plucked on the heartstrings of your aunt. She gave you the kids back, and what did you do? Cause these kids to lose their lives. And then you put up this heinous quote. Let me back this up so y'all can see this on my screen. I saw it go across my screen. Let me see if I can find it. Let's find that quote that the mom said when she asked, where are these kids? And the mom said this right here. Uh-oh. Let me get it back up here. Give me a moment. Where did it go? Did I lose it? Let me back up. Right here. Boom. She said, fuck them kids. I ain't got no kids. Fuck them. They're probably in the river or in the lake somewhere. Wanda Crook, family member of the two missing toddlers, on what their mother, Donisha Willis, who's 24 years old, said to her when she was asked, where are the children? The mom said, fuck them. They're in the lake. Fuck them. I think that just for that statement alone, and I think that Wanda Crook should be forced to testify in court that that's exactly what that woman said, what that so-called mother said, that beast, that broad. How can you have babies by the give birth to these kids, 2 different kids, when you didn't have to have kids at all? You didn't have to have ovaries or give birth at all. A lot of people out there want to have kids and can't naturally have kids. Their bodies won't allow them to. And you had these kids, and you only had these kids for the benefits that you could collect from them. In the AFC, we call that hashtag babies for benefits. That's what we call it. That's an AFC hashtag. Hashtag hood hoes love hood dick. Hashtag when you date thugs, you date death. Hashtag TTO, take her ovaries. Hashtag TTT, take the testicles, cut the dude's nuts off so he can't have no more kids. People like this should be sterilized and rid out of our society. Yes, they do not deserve the breath and skin and blood inside of their bodies. You know what we need to do? We should launch them into space on an experimental shuttle that might just blow up halfway up into the sky and launch their ass into space and allow them to just dissipate in space. Send them to NASA, send them to space. Let them be space monkeys. Let's see what the atmosphere is like on Jupiter or Pluto. Launch their ass into space. This is ridiculous. That the system finally worked. Can we talk about that for a moment, guys? AFC. We're the advocates for children. Let's talk about this for a moment. Let's be real. Then we're going to wrap up. We always talk about how CPS doesn't work. How the Department of Children and Family Services does not work. It sucks. Those people need to be fired. They're not working for their paychecks. They're overworked. They don't have enough staff. They're not doing their jobs. Then, when they finally do their damn jobs and they take custody away from a parent who did not need to have custody of these kids, the person that they put in custody of the kids proved that they were qualified to their guidelines, got custody legally, and then she illegally gave the kids right back to the mother. She played the system. So I'm going to ask you guys a very serious question right here. Let's look at me. Let's talk. Is this going to be a moment where we blame the system for failing these babies? Or are we going to start to look at ourselves? You point the finger, 5 more point back at you. Are we going to point the finger at ourselves and look in the mirror and say, what did we do wrong? Where did we go wrong? This is our fault. The first person that should have stepped up and said that I made a bad judgment call and given these kids back to the mom should have been the aunt. Because we believe that the aunt was the one who was given custody. Of course, if I contact CPS, they're not going to tell me who they actually gave custody to. They're not going to release that information to any of us. They might release it in court, and we'll have to find out 2 freaking years later after the story has gone cold. Because it seems like the bleeding heart for children doesn't last very long. It seems like the rest of the world doesn't care about children very much, except for the people we have watching right now. We share the videos. We talk about the stories. We donate. We support this platform. But there's so many other people out there that I just think that their hearts are in the wrong places. We're worried about so many of these celebrities, what they're doing, where they're living, what they bought, who they broke up with, who they fucking, and all of this stuff. When in our own communities, in our backyard, in our own families, we have children that need our help. They need a voice. They need an advocate. They need food. They need clothing. They need love. They need care. They need parents. They need leaders. They need parents in wedlock inside of a household. The social construct of marriage works. If you're not willing to marry someone, then I don't think that you should be having children by that person. I think that would help us at least get a good foothold into stopping this problem of having babies for benefits. We're only having these children to get something from them. When they're born, we get something from them. When they die, we get a fucking GoFundMe. That sucks to be 2 and 3 years old and everybody is just leeching off of you from what they can get and what they can gain in life for the shortcomings that they don't have enough drive for to go out and achieve in life. That has to suck being a child, whether you are white, whether you are black, whether you are Asian, because I still haven't done that story about the Asian parents who killed their fucking kids and then killed their kids inside of a restaurant and then stuck them up inside of the roof of their own damn restaurant. We haven't talked about the Mexican kids that have been out here murdered, huh? I've done a lot of those stories. We haven't talked about the mixed parents. We've talked about them all. All children need solid foundations. They all need our help. And what we are asking you guys to do is do something simple. Like, share, and subscribe to the AFC platform. And when we do these stories and when we reach out and we need your help in order to advocate for these babies, you can sometimes do something as simple as just tune in. Listen to the story. Open your heart. Open your mind. Click the thumbs up. Share the stream. And it'll help spread the word. And I think together we can make a change that can actually make a difference. Let me say this. Throw this bitch away. She is not black. She is not a mother. She is not human. She needs to go to hell. Literally. Don't send her to jail. Send her to hell. That's the new hashtag. Put that in the chat. That's the new hashtag. Do not send her to jail. Send her to hell. And I mean that from the very bottom of my heart, because those children cannot speak for themselves. They cannot defend themselves against the tyranny of their own mother, who should have never have had custody of them. Okay? May those souls rest in peace. I have a feeling that that's who it was. Baby Miracle and baby Tony. They have been found. They are dead. May their souls rest in peace. And may we use this story as a cautionary tale to prevent the death of more children going forward. We want to save more lives and bring more awareness, okay? I want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart for listening to this story. R.I.P. Young Princess and Young Prince. This your boy DJ Just Jay. We're the AFC, where we advocate for children first. From my heart to yours, I love you guys, and you guys have a great day and a great evening wherever you are in the world, and we'll see you guys on the next stream. Please like, share, and subscribe. Very simple to do. All right, peace.
Hey there, listeners. Are you looking for authentic design from brands like Louis Vuitton, Prada, Coach, Gucci, Michael Kors, and so much more at a price that you can actually afford? Well, let me introduce you to Nora's Authentic Designer handbags, shoes, and accessories, where we have designs to meet all of your needs. All items are 100% authentic, brand new, and being sold at prices you don't want to miss out on. Find us on Tradesy.com, at Nora's 915, or email us at norasauthenticdesign@gmail.com. Hey there, listeners. Are you looking for authentic design from brands like Louis Vuitton, Prada, Coach, Gucci, Michael Kors, and so much more at a price that you can actually afford? Well, let me introduce you to Nora's Authentic Designer handbags, shoes, and accessories, where we have designs to meet all of your needs. All items are 100% authentic, brand new, and being sold at prices you don't want to miss out on. Find us today on Tradesy.com, at Nora's 915, or email us at norasauthenticdesign@gmail.com.